president of the American Principles Project, Terry Schilling, and editor-in-chief of National Memo, Joe Connerson. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us today. I am going to go to Joe first, who I think I might agree with a little bit more here on this particular topic. Do you think the Ten Commandments should be displayed in public schools? Joe?
Well, it's not really a matter of what I think. It's a question of what the Supreme Court said about this. Republican-led Supreme Court, very conservative, with Chief Justice Rehnquist, ruled on this 45 years ago, and they were very clear. This is not constitutional. This is a violation of the First Amendment, the separation of church and state. And I would say it's also, I don't know if you guys have read the Constitution lately, but Article 6 is very clear that there isn't to be any kind of religious test in our public policy or eligibility for public office. The founders were very clear about this even before the Bill of Rights was written. This is not a country where they want a church dominating government. And they separated from England because of that, among other things. So, it's the grossest kind of violation, and it's not going to stand.
All right, Terry, it's the grossest kind of violation, but yet pride flags and gender-neutral bathrooms and all of that today is in every school and thrown in every child's face. But that's not gross and that's not offensive. But the Ten Commandments are offensive. What say you?
Well, listen, Mike, and again, I really respect Joe, but disagree greatly here. The founders were very clear about something else. They were very clear that our rights come from God. And so that means that our laws probably come from him as well, because our laws are based on our rights and where we get those. But you're exactly right. We're putting up pride flags. We're teaching kids how to transition their gender. As far as I'm concerned, the Christians in this country have followed the rules. We got rid of all the prayer in public school. We got rid of the Ten Commandments. And then something else creeped in, which is the progress flag, the pride flag. We now teach kids to change their gender in 100 other different sexualities and weird things that most of us disagree with. And it's because we adopted a lie. We adopted a lie that the left was not going to push their values on our kids if we stopped trying to educate them about our values. There is a detente here. If you guys want us to get rid of our stuff in the schools, well, you got to get rid of your pride flags. You got to get rid of your trans flags. You got to stop teaching kids to change their gender and all this crazy stuff. We'll pull back when you do.
Well, I don't think that the two have necessarily have one to do with each other in this instance. You can still be secular and disagree with the progressive notions that we are seeing here in the classroom.
But it's about values.
But this is what makes this country so beautiful, is that it's secular. I come from a secular country, and it's beautiful. I moved to a region of the world after that where it's based on religion, the Middle East, and look how well that's going. So I think that secularism
I could not agree more.
I just want to say
it's
these aren't
ironic to me.
anti-blasphemy laws.
Let's let Joe speak first, and then we can have you back.
Okay, Joe first. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, it's a bit ironic to me to see Christians who complain bitterly about the imposition of religious values in Middle Eastern countries. They don't like the Iranian mullahs, neither do I. They don't like the Taliban, although they admire a lot of what the Taliban does, apparently. But to then want to impose their religion on people here, it's clearly unconstitutional. Terry, I'd love to know what you think about the 1980 Supreme Court ruling. Have you read it? It was written by Republicans. Read it.
Listen,
it says this law is unconstitutional.
Let me say my opinion. I don't mind not having religion in schools, but we have religion in schools, and it's called the progress flag. It's called LGBTQ whatever, right? It's every single day there are values and messages being pushed on our kids. Yes, I do think it's a religion. This is something the whole trans movement says. Hold on. The whole trans movement is absolutely spiritual. It's absolutely religious. They proclaim that you can be a soul born in the wrong body, and then in order to fix that, you gotta mutilate your body and hop yourself up on hormones. It's ridiculous. Get the pride flags, get the trans stuff. The trans stuff is absolutely it's being coerced in schools.
You think in Louisiana, that they're flying pride flags in all the classrooms?
All right.
Yes,
Show me
because the
one.
federal
Okay,
mandate,
one.
the federal
We've gotta leave it
government is
Gotta-
pushing
we
all
got to
this
let it go.
discrimination.
Thank you very much. I tend to agree.
Not even
It's-
remotely true.
It's just because it's not an organized
true.
religion, putting your beliefs, what you espouse into it is the same type of thing. But we do have to go. A great discussion. Terry Schilling, Joe Conason, thank you as always. We'll have you back.
Thank you
you
both.
all.
See you next week.
See, it's a controversial topic.